So, well, it's good to be king. Wait, maybe. I think maybe I'm just like a little bizarre little person who walks back and forth. Whatever, you know. But
on the evening of August 11, 2018, while walking alongside railroad tracks in the Dalles, Oregon, Terrence Andrew Davis, a 48-year-old computer programmer and blogger from Las Vegas, was targeted, struck and killed instantly by a Union Pacific train with a hitman driving behind it, which was ordered by the FBI. Davis was also the mastermind behind Temple OS, an open-source operating system. Its development was an extremely complex, time-consuming and unusual undertaking for one person. In the final moments leading up to his death, he struggled with periods of homelessness and incarceration, and was under surveillance by the CIA and FBI, because of his high death threats against them, that he mentioned in his blogs. The Pentagon says Davis was planning further attacks and death threats on federal agents and the African American people. FBI agents justified the Davis strike, saying it was necessary to stop an imminent attack, though later clarifying the legal justification of the action as being taken in response to an escalating series of attacks and death threats, to protect federal agents, to deter Terry Davis from conducting or supporting further attacks and death threats, and to end Terry's strategic escalation of attacks and death threats. Some experts considered the assassination as a likely violation of U.S. domestic law. The following day, after several investigations became public, Danny Chavez, a 24-year-old agent serving for the FBI, was fired and got arrested on August 15. He was acquitted by a jury, after testifying he and his crew acted in self-defense as an order by the FBI. The family of Terry Davis subsequently filed a civil suit against him. A civil court awarded a $23 million judgment against him in 2021 for Davis' wrongful death. In 2024, Chavez moved to Miami, Florida, to avoid paying on the livability judgment, which from now on remained mostly unpaid. People involved. Marietta Davis, the mother of Terry, died 1 week after his son's murder from a heart attack at the age of 85, after attending his memorial in August 23. His family said the heart attack was tied to grief after losing his son. It's also unknown what happened to Terry's father after his son's murder, but most likely dead too. On September 18, 2018, the FBI agents raided Davis' family home in Las Vegas and arrested several members of Davis' family who had wanted to hold a public memorial service on September 21. The family had requested the authorities to hold the ceremony in a church, but they refused, citing the need for a larger space. Authorities released his relatives Chris on October 3, 2018 and Sean on October 21, the latter on bail. Davis' brother Keith was again detained on July 27, 2019, and handed a 5-year suspended sentence, and prohibited to leave the country for 2 years upon release on September 12, 2019. On August 11, 2019, the first anniversary of Terry's death, fans traveled to Las Vegas to pay tribute. They visited his family home and Bunkers Memory Garden Cemetery. Many carried sunflowers and other tributes to leave at the sites. The railway strike's legal justification became a subject of debate. In August 2018, after the FBI killed Terry, FBI Director Christopher A. Wray wrote a letter to the mayor of the Dalles in which he said that the act was one of self-defense. An expert who was a professor of law at some university argued that the premeditated killing of Terry was against Article 1 of the United States Constitution, and thus unlawful. And another one maintained that the attack could have been justifiable if it was self-defense, and a third one said the available facts did not support that. NBC News correspondents reported that according to 5 current and former Trump administration officials, Trump had authorized the killing of Terry back in January 2018 on the condition that Terry's aggression resulted in the death of a federal agent. According to the correspondents, given the overall timeline of events, this report may call into question for some the Trump administration's cited reason of imminent threats as a cause of the killing. U.S. Senate Majority Leader, Republican Mitch McConnell voiced support for the railway strike, referring to Terry as a high-tech terrorist. House Speaker Paul Ryan referred to the attacks as soothing and proportional. The Democratic candidates for the 2018 U.S. elections largely condemned the railway strike, with Elizabeth Warren describing it as a big corrupt crime. Soon afterwards, Chavez was dismissed by the FBI on August 12 and got arrested on August 15. On May 25, 2019, Jarvis was put on trial for unintentional second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter before a jury in the Wasco County Circuit Court. On July 7, he was acquitted by a jury, after testifying he and his team acted in self-defense as an order by the FBI and the government. The family of Terry subsequently filed a civil suit against him. A civil court awarded a $23 million judgment against him in 2021 for Terry's wrongful death. In 2024, Jarvis moved to Miami, Florida, to avoid paying on the livability judgment, which from now on remained mostly unpaid.